I want to share with you the inspirational story of an extraordinary woman, Njeri Thubei. Njeri is from Kenya. She went through a lot of trauma as a child and decided as a very young mother that she wanted to start all over and create a new life for herself and ensure that her daughters were never subjected to the same torture that she had gone through. And she moved to the United States, made a life for herself, and ultimately created a women's foundation called the Upendo Foundation as a result of not only wanting to protect her own children, but girls across Africa. She now speaks all over the globe and has been able to share her message out of the work that we did together. I'm really excited for you to meet Njeri. Here we go, in her own words. Oh my goodness, Njeri, what a gift to be with you. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you.
You are a true light in this world. Would you tell us your story? I want people to grasp who you are before you speak.
Oh, okay. So, like Cheryl said, my name is Njeri Thubei, and I was born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya. So 24 of my years of life, I was in Kenya. But since then, I'm a Kenyan American, really, because the other half has been now in America. I'm a mother of 3 and a grandmother to 2. And my journey started, my journey started when I was 12 years of age and went through so many traumatic event after event after event. And that means at age 12, I had to go through female genital mutilation. And I didn't like what had happened to me. It just brought shame, and that traumatized me. Then at age 19, I got raped by a family friend, so-called. And here I was again. I had just finished my business diploma, excited, ready to venture into the world, and this hits me. And so that was again another trauma. It was traumatic because of the things, the words that were spoken over me traumatized me. How could you? You brought shame, disgrace to the family. You're the first daughter, you're useless, all the negative words that come with that traumatize and wounds your soul. So here I am, it's just a compilation of trauma after trauma. Now, with rape, I became suicidal because I thought I can't bring on more shame to this family. I'd rather die. But, here I am again. I couldn't see it through, but I had a baby. So I shut in and I wanted to just run as far away as I could. And that's how I ended up venturing into looking for a way to come to the US. At age 24, I left Kenya with an airline ticket and $200 in my wallet. Here I am, a single mom, not knowing when I'll ever see my children, but I had faith. And I had this belief in me that nothing is impossible. And I wanted to do whatever I could to make sure that my daughters would never have to encounter what I went through as young girls. So, and I wanted to be able to start afresh. I left Kenya a very wounded, broken girl, and didn't really know, but that trauma, that wounding, that brokenness drove me more to my goal of making sure that I don't have, my daughters will never have to do that.
Well, that is so exquisite to be able, in the midst of the pain that you experienced, from the female genital mutilation to rape to all of the things that you dealt with, to, in the midst of still healing from the pain, be able to share your journey in such a way that it protects others, is the ultimate act of courage. And you'd come to me when we met, you already were clear about this message and this purpose and this mission.
Yes.
To protect young girls, because like you say, they are the future.
Yes.
And yet we had talked about, wouldn't it be a natural thing for you to get this message out to a bigger audience? Isn't that what really wants to happen in the universe? Isn't that what seems like all the doors are opening toward.
Mm-hmm.
You helping not just girls and women in Africa, but across the globe
Yes.
here. And part of that is going to be amplified if we can get your message out to a national audience here in America who can get behind your cause. And so that's exactly what we did.
And,
And
and that's, I believe, Cheryl, that is what you are great at doing, because every day I wake up, I feel like I want to hold a big megaphone and shout this message like, who told you? Who told you you are damaged? Who said that to you? Because those words are stifling so many of our women from becoming the greatness of who we were created to be. And I believe a woman can endure so much, but still be able to pull herself up and still with a little strength and do much more. Imagine how much more we can be able to help women become whole, and all the problems we can be able to resolve in this world.
right, just by people knowing about it and
Correct.
knowing that they can get involved with something like this.
Yes. Yes.
Which is why it's so absolutely essential for you to get your voice out to the world. And now, since you were on CNN's headline news nationwide, you've been doing a lot of other media appearances as well and speaking engagements. Say something about those.
So since I was on CNN, I shared on my platform, on my social media, I shared with friends. And I remember this one local pastor, he called me and he said, Njeri, I need you to share and be one of our main speakers at a conference we're hosting here in Rancho Cordova. And when I looked up the lineup of the people who were speaking, I thought, you must be joking. I mean, one of the main speakers is a well-known man in the Christian community, Bishop Noel Jones. He has a church over 20,000 members. I'm thinking, Jerry? And he said, oh, yes, Jerry, I need you to be, and not just be. Before I said yes, he had put my face on the flyer.
Meanwhile, all the speakers are looking and saying, Jerry's going to be there. Why? We must be there.
I had people calling me and say, okay, so tell us what's going on with you. How I saw you on a flyer with Bishop Noel Jones. Exactly how did that happen? And I'm saying, I don't know. Well, I guess it's time for me because he's one of those leaders, this gentleman, and says, I know who you are. People don't know what is in you, but I see it. And you need to open your mouth and speak this message of healing, this message of deliverance to people. And it's not just for women, it's for men and women. That's what he told me.
Indeed.
He said, not only are you going to be on this guest speaker line, but you're the first speaker who will open up this conference.
In your rightful place. In your rightful place. It's amazing how you have the same message before and after being on national TV on CNN.
Yes, yes.
But there's something about it makes people take notice.
Yes.
Now, it positions you, it edifies you and your message so people can now hear it.
Yes.
Oh, well, as seen on CNN.
Yes.
And like bona fide, authentic speaking on CNN, not like, on some website. Like,
no.
Yes.
And then after that, at the beginning of this year, no, in 2016, after I had the interview with you, I have this young lady. I reached out to the local media to share with them what I do with Upendo, and they came out to one of the schools, and we did a Good Day Sacramento a morning clip. But this year, the lady, I forwarded the lady the interview for CNN, and this was, it still blows my mind. A few days before my dad passed away, she called me and said, we need you to come and do Good Day Sacramento at the studio. And so my father passes away. And she says, Njeri, are you sure that you want to do this? I said, let me tell you something. I was born to do this. You know, when there's a tragedy or trauma in a country, the president does not sit down and cry. He suits up, washes his face, and goes before the media and talks to the people and delivers the message he needs to deliver. Then he can go back and mourn later. I said, I am that president. I was born to be a leader. And I can clearly hear my father saying to me, you better not forfeit that interview on Good Day Sacramento after what you've seen happen for you on CNN. So I put on my big girl panties and washed up my face, cleaned up, and I went to, you know, the studios of Good Day Sacramento and did my interview in the morning, and the next day I was flying out to go to Africa to go bury my father. That's when it dawned on me, Njeri, you're born to lead.
Yes.
You're born to lead, you're born to be a voice. Circumstances should not cause you to waver or bump you off of your course. You still have to speak. You will process the healing like anybody else, but the message has to continue. And at my father's funeral, I made a commitment. I said, Father, Daddy, I'm going to carry the legacy. Wherever I speak, they will know it's because I'm from you and I'm honoring you. But if I keep my mouth quiet and if I shut my mouth, then I will not be carrying on the legacy and I'll not be honoring you. So since then, I've been to Uganda now, where I spoke at a women's conference, over 250 women. I've been invited into several nations. There's a nation asking me, Zambia asking me to go, South Africa, I'm being invited to go, you know, Uganda to go back. I don't know what else. Imagine if I had a platform where now people can know Njeri's available and she has this message she can share with us that can help us.
Yes. I'm so sorry for the loss of your father. And you have honored his legacy.
And it's interesting, Cheryl, both daddies.
Yes.
You remember I spoke about my daddy here in America who put me through school? He also passed away like before, in less than 5 months, both of them left. And I knew this big girl has shoes to fill. There's in the Bible, it talks about the Elisha mantle. I really felt like Elisha, like pick up the mantle and run. It's time, everything we've taught you as a daughter, it's time for you to stand up and on our foundation and deliver the message.
Well, you're delivering the message so beautifully, and it is truly a privilege and an honor.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Have participated in any way with that.
Thank you.
And I look forward to, in any way, helping you share your message as wide and as far as possible.
Oh, thank you,
It
Cheryl.
is a message this world needs to hear.
I count myself privileged to have met you.